Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my project life. This is week 11, 2019, and I'm going to go ahead and add my photos. I'm going to use one of my Studio Calico kits. I believe this is the Bookish documenter kit. I'm not sure, but usually I just keep using my kits until I'm down to the wire. Then they go in with all the rest of the kits and I start mix and matching. So at this point, I'm still using this kit. I believe after this video, I added it to the rest of my kits. I'm really loving the mustardy yellow. It works really well with my photos. So I'm trying to add as much as possible on this spread. I think I like how everything looks, so I'm going to go ahead and start working on my first card. I really like this moments captured, but I didn't want to use that whole white 3x4 card. I decided to add my journaling to the plaid white and yellow card and just add that little piece that I trimmed off my 3x4 to the top, and it adds a little title. I like how that looks. I'm also going to end up stamping kind of a big deal right under my journaling. I kind of journaled about what my son accomplished that week. It was really important to me, so that's why I decided to stamp kind of a big deal. That stamp set, by the way, is from Carrie Bradford, I believe. Now I'm going to work on my week card. I'm going to use my Kelly Perky Highline number stamps. I'm going to stamp out 11. I'm also going to mask off one of the ones, and I will also be filling the number ones with like a light gray. Now, when I did this, I didn't notice that my stamps weren't all that clean. And this is the problem when you use dye inks or when you use archival inks. They really stain your stamps. So when I stamped it with the gray, it kind of looked almost yellowish gray, and that's okay. It still matched, and things like that don't bother me. I'm not the type of person that is going to go over it again or try to figure out how to fix it. I think actually the color turned out pretty neat, but this is where I stamped it out in that light gray, and it kind of had this yellowish tint to it, but it's not a big deal. I did stamp out week using my Feed Your Craft stamp, and I'm also going to go through my labels. I'm going to end up adding new beginnings just to add a little something to my week card. Moving on to this 3x4 photo, I'm going to end up trimming it down because I wanted to back it up with this card that said documenting it all. And I'm just going to stick that down. I'm also going to grab my Carrie Bradford stamp set again. I forgot the name of the stamp set, but as always, I will link it in the description box. I'm going to end up stamping The Cuteness is Real. And what I love about this stamp set, you can stamp out the label and then stamp the words to go into the label or the phrases. They fit perfectly. Love the stamp set, and I will link it in the description box for you guys. But once I stamp that on some sticker paper, I'm just going to add it to the bottom of my photo. Now I have this photo of my kids serenading me. They're amazing. They always play for me. I went ahead and went through my older stamps. I love this magical stamp from Kelly Perky. So I'm going to end up stamping it with some archival ink on my photo. Then I'm just going to go through my puffy hearts and add a few mustardy yellow puffy hearts around that magical, just to bring in some yellow to my photo and to the bottom of my layout. Once I'm done adding these puffy hearts, I'm going to move on to this photo of my kids at Barnes & Noble. When we go to Barnes & Noble, they always go to the little kids section and go through the Dr. Seuss books. They grew up on Dr. Seuss. They love it. And I captured this photo, which I really, really love. And I'm just going to end up adding a little label. I'm going to grab one of my stamp sets. I believe it was the Feed Your Craft stamp set, if I'm not mistaken. The book-bound one, and I'm going to stamp Reading a Favorite on this little label. Even though the label kind of you can't really see it that well with all those books in the background, but I like how subtle it is. And just stamping reading a favorite kind of tells you the story without really journaling or adding much to this photo. I'm going to grab my title card. I'm going to add some more of those puffy hearts, but in pink. This is a great way to create kind of a cohesiveness to your spread. Just doubling up on the same embellishments on two different cards or two different photos really helps. So I'm just going to add a few around this little title that says loving every moment. And I'm also going to grab a little chipboard and add that just to break down that mustardy yellow and the pink. I'm almost done with my layout. I'm just going to grab some of my Tim Holtz phrase booklets, and I'm going to end up adding a bunch of different words and phrases to this 4x6 photo of my son and his best friend. Now, I ended up going through them and just adding friend and friendship, heartfelt, love, little words like that that represent these two guys. And I will bring in some of the craft colored stickers just so it helps bring in that mustardy yellow to the bottom of my spread. And then I call my layout done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!